Beautiful people. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to be doing this again this morning. And guess what? It's the motivation timeout as usual with your favorite host. It's no other person than Damilola Abodunrin. And it's the month of August. Yes, it's my favorite month. And if I am right, going by the calendar, today is the 10th day in the month of August, right? I think this is the 10th day in the month of August. So that's 10 days to my favorite person's birthday, and that is my mom. Yes, and today is the third episode on the Times and Season series. Yes, we've had Dude, and today is also the 22nd episode of the Motivation Timeout series. I owe my viewers a special appreciation. Thank you so much for tuning in consistently and constantly. Thank you so much for listening on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening and watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening and watching on Instagram. Thank you for listening and following on Facebook. For my Facebook audience, you're live now. My Instagram audience, you're live now. Thank you so much to my Anchor podcast listeners every now and then. Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and all other podcast platforms. Thank you so much for always taking your time out to listen. Your feedbacks makes us better. Thank you so much for always taking your time out to consistently follow through the brand. So, beside the time out, the time and season series with the bamboo tree illustration, where we spoke about what preparation are you making, how the preparation draws your time closer to you. Then the second episode, we had the plan, think in decades, plan, then execute in days. We have that illustration, and today we are going to be continuing from the Joseph story that we had the last time. And the Joseph story, what we were talking about was the perfect timing for Joseph's the perfect timing for Joseph's glory. That was what we are talking about. And we were talking about how Joseph's season started from the very moment he stepped into Egypt. But Joseph's timing was the time when he was remembered, when Pharaoh had the problem with his dream, that Joseph had to come to interpret the dream. That was Joseph's timing. But before that time, when Joseph had to interpret Pharaoh's dream, he already interpreted somebody's dream in the prison, and that person remembered him when it was the right time due to God's favor. And we also spoke about Joseph's preparation, and that preparation also helped him when it was time for Pharaoh to bring him out, for Pharaoh to utilize that skill set, that interpretation of dream that God has given to him. Then I was also going to talk about, if you followed through the Bible, the place when Joseph was going to be taken out of the prison to the palace. Joseph had to freshen up. Joseph had to prepare himself. What preparation are you making today? What are you doing? What are you consciously putting together? What seed are you planting for that desired result? Now, you want times to go in your favor. You have to understand that time cannot be bought, time cannot be reversed, time can only be used. And if you don't use your time well, that means you are misusing your time. So I'll go back on this. The very moment you don't use your time well, that means you are misusing your time. Now, and it is not good enough for you to have a dream. It is not good enough for you to visualize that dream. But you have to understand that there is cautious effort that you have to put to it. Now, I want you to know something. No preparation is a waste. It's very important that you have to master this. No preparation is a waste. No preparation is a waste. Every preparation is for a desired result. If that result doesn't come now, it doesn't mean that you've wasted your effort. It only means that the timing for that result to come out is not yet. So you have a creator that does not forget your timing, and you have a creator that is not bound by your 24 hours man-made time. There's this favorite quote from Mercy Chinwo that I picked from a song. It says, God created time, stepped out of time to control time. God created time, stepped out of time to control time. So you don't time God with your 24 hours clock, But I think what you should do on the other hand is to ensure that you prepare yourself tirelessly. Prepare yourself as if your time is now. Because the more you prepare, the closer you are. The closer you are is only determined by the preparations. The more your preparations, the closer your timing is. So just like Joseph, he was prepared. He was prepared. So when he was called to the king's palace to interpret the dream, he didn't stutter. He didn't struggle to interpret the dream. He went straight at it with the favor and mercy of God. He was able to know the right thing to say. Boy Scout motto would say, always be prepared. Always be prepared, because you will never tell when your time will come within your desired season. So I got this favorite quote from late Governor Ajimobi. He says, the value addition of today is the tradition of tomorrow. I come again. The value addition of today is the tradition of tomorrow. What value are you adding today to your present time? How do you live your 24 hours? What value are you adding right now? If your life was supposed to be placed on a scale board, if you are supposed to measure the level of value you dispense, what level of value? Because that value is the seed you are planting for an expected result. So the value addition of today is what will become the tradition of tomorrow. So consciously plant that seed. What seed are you planting? So I'll be rounding off now, and I said that there's always a process to yield a proceed. There's a process to yield a proceed. If you remember the illustration of the bamboo tree I gave during the first episode of this series, I said the bamboo tree takes 5 years before it shoots out of the ground, and it takes 90 days to grow 90 feet tall for its full yield of harvest. The process timing started from the very first day in the 5 years, 9 months. But the proceed timing was after 5 years and 90 days. So that means that the process timing takes 5 years and 90 days for the bamboo tree to get for the bamboo tree to have its full germination. But after then, the proceed is gotten. But if the farmer lost focus during the process timing, during the preparation stage, then what happens to the yield? So as you set forth this week, I hope you have a plan already. And it's not good enough to have your plan in your head. It's better if you can document that plan. Then execute each plan by the day. So think of that plan now. Put it down. Plan that plan now. Then execute the plan as time comes by. Remember that the time you are not using is the time you are misusing. I'll come again on that. The time you are not using is the time you are misusing. And you need to understand that you can't buy back time. You can only make the best use of time. So ensure that you take conscious effort to plant the right seeds for that desired result. Your preparation will draw your time closer to you, so ensure that you are adding value in everything you do, because the value you add today, the value addition of today becomes the tradition of tomorrow. So ensure that you're adding value. Constantly ensure that you're adding value by consciously planting seeds. Preparation incites desire. Regardless of how much you prepare, remember that there's a particular time for you in this season. Ensure that even if you are denied a few opportunities, even if you are denied a few privileges, don't lose focus. Denial doesn't mean you'll never get it. Denial only means you should try again. Don't stop trying. Don't stop preparing. Don't stop adding value. Don't stop planting the seeds. Remember that there is a process time for the proceed to be formed. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, as I will be signing out on the Motivation Time Out series this morning. And I'll be seeing you on Wednesday. Please do well to engage this post on all social media platforms. Share and like. Do well to also pass your feedbacks. I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to me this morning. And I hope that you have a blessed week ahead. Remember, it's your season and your time is within the season. But do what? Prepare tirelessly. Ensure that you plant a seed every now and then. Add value wherever it is you are. And God bless you.